some point I'll probably sit down Kyle and do like a little conversation. I mean, but first I wanted you to take a look at this, just kind of give you an idea of some stuff we've been working on the weekend. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Recently, Hotshot Secret had the opportunity to travel down to Texas to support our friends at USMC Racing during their 24 Hours of Lemons race at MSR Houston. After years of working with this charitable program, this was our first time getting to take in the action in person. A selfless charity that provides adrenaline therapy for veterans and first responders, we were excited to see how they performed in their race cars. But what we found was that there was much more to this race than simply strapping in and hitting the track.
This is just the start for me, and they say it's the best race that you could start in because everybody's out here just to have a good time and get out in the track. It's not, you know, that competitive, I don't care about anything but winning mindset. It's about having fun.
It's not something that I could go build a car myself tomorrow and be able to come out. So I can join these guys and get in a race car and enjoy the weekend.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Brian for the opportunity. Just looking around and being a part of this, I can't imagine the amount of stress, the anxiety of getting us all together and keeping this thing going, you know, both personally, financially, as well as just the day-to-day of running this huge operation. Plus, he's still active duty. So I just appreciate it. I'm glad you're doing it, and I'm sure it's helping out a lot of guys, including myself. So thanks again for having me out.
If I could say anything to Brian, it would be the same thing I tell Brian every day. Brian Check, I love you, bro.
It's been a pleasure to work with you, alongside you, and I'm looking forward to seeing how far this thing can go. So keep it up, man. We love you.
Just a simple thank you. It's been a blast, and it's been a great experience, and not just to get to race, but to actually represent something bigger than any one person.
Just to see the time that he puts into this, I mean, it's overwhelming to me to think about the amount of effort that he puts in for the love of our organization and the love of helping our veterans and first responders.
I'm really happy to be a part of something that that the organizer truly gets behind.
Everything else in life disappears. I went to Road Atlanta and I had like 80 bucks in my pocket and I needed to pay rent, but I drove that race because there was everything was gonna disappear. And so.
I know you do this for veterans, but in all honesty, man, for me, it's not just the veteran things, you know, taking care of my family, and obviously we're all family now, a big part of the family, and I want to say thank you for him for doing that, because I know it's a big order for him. He's got, I don't know how many kids now, it's hard to keep up, but that, and he's still in and everything, and I just couldn't say thank you more than anything for being so accepting of everybody and putting this whole thing, this whole shit show together, for sure. But it's our shit show. We polish the turd the best we can. And yeah, man, it's just amazing.
Yeah, that's brutal.
Looks like Paul.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody say any of that stuff. So
Excuse me. Gross. Coronavirus.
These guys love you, man.
Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what to say after that, you know. Yeah. Yeah, I never really realized what this meant to people until Lane texted me out of the blue one day, and I mean, it was the most appreciative thing I've ever read, really with anything, but it meant a whole lot more because this is something that I believe in, what we're doing. And I probably read that 50 times now. I have it, actually I copied and pasted it into my notes, so I don't have to go digging through his fucking text anymore to go find it. But I've never seen, like I've read the testimonials, but I've never seen that, you know? I guess the faces, the expressions on their faces saying that stuff.
Yeah. This was a cool experience for me.
Thank you. Thank you both for coming out here.
And heck, it's been what? What's our, going to our 3rd year now?
Almost, yeah.
So.
Yeah. Almost 3 years, and
Remember when it started?
Yeah, it was a shit show. We had one car, a 10 by 10 tent, and people who had no idea what they were doing. The car blew up the second morning. And Laura was like, well, we're selling the car. I was like, no, no. Went out and found a new motor. Me and another guy, JD Wimberry, active duty Marine, we drove like 3 hours away to go get it. I left my phone in the car the entire time. She's trying to find out where I am, and on Find Me, or Find My iPhone or whatever, it shows that my phone was like in a ditch on the side of the road, you know, because it didn't show there was a house there. Right. And so she thought we were like in an accident dead. And then I guess she thought to text JD, and JD was like, dude, why is your wife texting me? I'm like, what? He goes, yeah. It's like, grab the phone, there's like a million missed calls and text messages, and like she was, when I called, she was getting ready to, she had the kids in the car, but she was getting ready to drive where the phone was. Right. So like, you know, I put so much of my marriage on hold for this. I don't know if she hates that. So sometimes I feel really bad that I do this, because I know it's hard, you know? Financially, obviously, but emotionally I know it's hard because, you know, the kids should be in school or she could be working.
But you've made this into a family affair, not just
the
extended family, let alone the kids been running around all weekend.
Yeah.
The dogs are here. Well, one stays inside a lot.
One stays inside, the other one does not, yeah.
But it's one big collective family as well as your immediate family that really makes this work.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's what makes it worth it. You know, the weekend when it ends is always shitty because everyone is just trying to get out of here. Selfishly for me, I want to make sure my family's ready to go, so that means the trailer's packed, very minimal. It's just like last minute like hugs and see you laters and then we're gone. Mm-hmm. Instead of like what happens on Friday and Saturday night where it's just like a, you know, you're sitting around the campfire, the grill with a beer, you know.
It never ends.
We can't do that on Sundays. So Sundays are always, I hate Sundays. There's always the worst. It always feels like you're just, there's so many things left unsaid.
Well, and Sunday's also the day where you see the biggest change in a lot of people.
Yeah.
I've seen it myself this weekend. It's cool seeing, I think, what was it? I think it was Brian from California was the first guy here on Thursday.
Yeah.
And I know him intimately differently now than I did that Thursday morning.
Yeah.
It's only been 36 hours.
Yeah, and then there's people too, like, you know, like Dylan, him and I first met, he was a sergeant major and I was a worthless warrant officer. You know, and so now we know each other in a different way now. You know, so that's, no matter what, even if you know people, everything changes when you come here with this. You know, I don't know, I couldn't pick a single thing
that is the catalyst. It's almost like it's the whole thing together.
It works.
You know? I mean, you guys support us. Trailer Toad supports us. Race Ramp supports us. Silver Sports, Rini Tech, Spartan Media. Like, we couldn't do any of this stuff without the people who believe in what we're doing.
And it's only getting bigger. I remember, you remember how it started with you and me?
Yeah, an email, and you wrote me back in like 10 minutes. I nearly shit myself.
Well, actually, we get a lot of requests. And
I can only imagine.
And I remember that email came to me, and it went to a couple other accounts, and it was one of many we get that the majority of the company was like, Kyle, look at this one, don't let this one get by. And I think we were talking on the phone.
It was within a half hour.
Yeah.
Within a half hour of me pushing send, you wrote me back.
Well, I remember that conversation, and looking at what I could tell from your organization at the time.
Yeah.
It was intriguing, interesting, but it was the conversation with you that very first day, and that solidified me right away. And that's why you see all these guys have your back. It's a lot of the work you do, and you got a good thing going.
Yeah.
And we want to keep it going.
I do have a good thing going. She disagrees sometimes, I think, but it's so worth it.
We want to give you another $1,000.
Oh, thank you so much.
Keep the stuff going.
Thank you.
It's my mini giant check.
Give me a hug. Thank you. I love you, brother. Love you, man. That's great.
We actually have a giant check there. We couldn't find it.
That's perfect. No, that's perfect. That's going on the wall. That's going on the wall.
I know every penny you guys get, especially after experiencing this weekend.
Yeah.
I would not want to put money anywhere else. I know what you guys do is best with it.
Yeah.
I'm going to work my butt off to get other industry partners to continue to help you guys get more support, because there's a lot of charities out there. There's a lot of places to choose from to support, but what you guys do is amazing.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Thank you.
And thanks for having us out.
I know it took long enough.
I did.
It took long enough.
I told you I'd come, though.
It's so worth it.
I told you I'd finally make the foot.
Oh, man.
Well, thanks again, brother.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us out. Thanks for doing what you do. On behalf of these guys, thanks for everything. And I'm looking forward to a lot more. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys continue to grow and what's next.
Cool. Thank you so much, Kyle.
Can I come again?
Absolutely.
All right. We'll do that.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
You're the best.
Thanks, man.
On behalf of everybody at Hot Shot Secret, we would like to thank USMC Racing for their honorable work in support of our military veterans and first responders, and we look forward to helping them continue their mission.